Most guys don't realize they're weak, and that's not because they don't want to change, but it's because the things that are keeping you weak feel completely normal, like there's nothing wrong with them at all. Everyone around you is doing the same thing, so nobody questions it. And when something becomes the standard, you stop seeing it as a problem. But that's exactly what it is. So I want you to be honest with yourself for a second. When was the last time you actually felt like you were making progress? When was the last time you felt like something in your life was moving forward? Because most guys I see are either lost, stuck, or both. And it's not because they don't want to achieve their goals, it's not because they don't want it, but it's because the things they're doing every single day are quietly pulling them backwards into a worse state. And the biggest problem with that is nobody tells you that it's wrong, because everyone else is doing the same thing and everyone else thinks it's fine. And that's exactly the problem. So let's get into point number one. Phone in the morning and right before bed. The first habit is your phone. And I talk about this so much because it's such an important thing about making any sort of progress in your life. And I'm talking about specifically using it the last thing before you sleep and the first thing in the morning. Now, from the moment you first got your phone, the first thing you did in the morning was check it. And nobody told you to do that. It just somehow became normal, as if like that's the thing that everyone's supposed to do. Like there's nothing wrong with it at all. You wake up, you grab your phone, and before you even decide what matters to you today, before you decide what day it is, you're consuming other people's lives, other people's content before looking at your own life. And what ends up happening is you spend the rest of your day with absolutely no direction about what to do, what to accomplish. You feel groggy, you feel stressed, you feel like there's something wrong. On top of that, it destroys your cortisol spike, which is the thing that's supposed to wake you up naturally. It gives you that energy, it gives you that morning drive, and you're destroying it. So you walk into your day feeling behind. You feel groggy, you have this real sense of brain fog, you're sluggish, you don't even want to get out of bed. And the same thing applies at night. You've normalized falling asleep to your phone. Blue light keeping you awake when your brain is actually supposed to be calming down that last hour before bed. And then you wonder why your thoughts start racing the second your head hits the pillow. What you want instead is a dim light, preferably a red light, because the red light has the lowest amount of lumens on the light spectrum. You turn off the lights, you put your phone on do not disturb, and you turn on that red light, and you just sit there with your thoughts. You can read, you can clean up the house a little bit, just don't let any screens hit your face at that time. And as soon as you start doing that, you'll notice by the time you're going to bed, your brain is calm. You're ready to sleep. You end up getting deeper sleep, much better recovery, and you feel absolutely amazing in the morning. Now that one was about what you're consuming with your eyes, but the next one is specifically what you're consuming with your mouth. It's become so normalized that nobody questions it. Everybody does it on a daily basis. Now, point number two, talking more than doing. You have this vision of who you want to be. You know exactly what you need to do. You've probably planned it, you've thought about it, maybe even you've told someone about it, and you haven't even started yet. And the reason that's dangerous is because every time you tell yourself you're gonna do something and you don't end up doing it, you're training your brain to think that actual work towards your goals isn't important. It doesn't matter that much because you're not prioritizing it, and you're just lying to yourself. You're getting just enough validation from telling people what you're going to do and telling yourself what you're going to do that actually doing it doesn't feel that urgent, and that stops your goals. And the more you talk and don't act, the harder it gets to actually start acting towards your goals, because you've built this identity of someone who just talks. Stop telling people what you're going to do. Just do it. Pick your goal, figure out how you're going to get there, and then act on that every single day. Don't stop, don't relax, and especially don't get comfortable. Don't stop until you've actually achieved your goal, because settling and talking will get you nowhere. Now, if you're still watching, you're already ahead of 99% of guys. And this next point is about what you're putting into your body while you're busy focusing on your goals. Point number three, eating like garbage. As time went on, eating out started to become a reward. Like it's something you treat yourself to when you've done something nice, like when you've done good on your exam, like when you've landed a client. It's just something like, hey, I'm gonna go get takeout today because I did this. When in reality, doing exactly that is what's destroying you. Junk food became normal. Eating whatever, whenever, however became normal. And I don't know why it ever did. Your body sits there and takes all of that in. Excessive sodium, seed oils, junk food, sugar, things that are really hurting your body and making you feel like shit. I'll give you an example. Think of your body like a car. You wouldn't put cheap gas in a Mercedes, would you? At least I hope not. So treat your body the same. Feed it the things it needs to run on the best power. Things like red meat, eggs, fruits, and vegetables. Those things give you real powerful energy that allow you to act efficiently throughout the entire day. You end up feeling good, you end up feeling happy, you feel so much better because you're actually getting the nutrients that your body needs. You have to make it a conscious effort to decide that what you eat matters. But even through all of that, there's still the root problem that's causing everything in your life to fall apart and why you can't stay consistent. Point number four, the identity you carry of yourself. This is single-handedly the most important point in this entire video. If you take anything from this video, take this point and focus on it specifically, because that alone will change your life in 2 to 3 days. How you see yourself is the anchor to everything in your life. It dictates how you show up to things, what you do, what you don't do, what you strive to do. And to be honest, for a long time I was stuck in this victim mindset. Like the world was against me, I was never gonna succeed, No matter how hard I tried, it was all just a dream that was never going to happen. There was always a voice in my head saying, you're not gonna succeed. You're not gonna do this. And that voice doesn't just come up in big moments. It comes up every single day. Every decision you make, it shows up as the reason you don't start, the reason you don't send that outreach message, the reason you stop yourself from doing things before you even try to see if you can do it in the first place. If you think of yourself as a disciplined, high-performing, healthy person, you will act accordingly. Even if you're not there yet, even if nothing in your life reflects that yet, just acting like it will bring you closer and closer every single day to becoming that person. Because your actions follow your identity, and most people wait until they become someone to start doing things. But that's very opposite. You're supposed to start being the person that you want to become to end up getting to that person. The one thing you take from this is stop waiting for life to tell you who you are and decide who you are and act on it every single day. And once you shift that, there's one final thing you should look at. It's a pretty small thing and it's one of the hardest things to do here, but I really think this is the one thing that changed my life forever. Point number 5, your environment. Your environment is shaping you every single day, whether you realize it or you don't. The people around you, the place you live, the energy you're around, it's all telling you who you're supposed to be without you ever deciding it for yourself. And the problem is, when you stay in the same environment for too long, you start to have a plan B. Everything is comfortable, everything is easy, everything is safe. You're never worried about losing because you have everyone around you. So you keep saying you're gonna start, but nothing ever actually moves. And that's because you're too comfortable. And comfort is the enemy of growth. The best thing I ever did in my life was leave. I lived in Kuwait for my entire life. And then I moved to Canada at 17 years old. And to be honest, at first, it destroyed me. It killed me. I knew no one. I had no one to save me. I had built all my life just to go all over again and start from ground zero. But little did I know, that ended up being the best decision I ever made. Because when you have nothing to fall back on, when you have no safety net, you have to figure it out yourself. And that left me to ask myself one question every single day. Do I actually want this? The life I dream of every single day. Do I actually want to get there, or am I just gonna keep talking? And when the answer was yes, I do, there's nothing more in this world I want than to achieve my goals, I started acting immediately. And I'm not saying you need to move countries, but you need to challenge your environment. Move out of your parents' house, move to a new city, get into rooms where you feel uncomfortable, where you feel small, because those are the things that allow you to grow and to change into becoming the person you want to be. So those are the 5 habits keeping you weak. And they're nothing crazy, but they're very quiet because everyone else is doing the same thing, so everyone just assumes it's normal. But it was never meant to be normalized. It was always meant to be wrong. And they will keep you exactly where you are unless you decide to change that. Now, if you want to keep going, I made another video talking about how your day is designed to keep you average. So watch that next. As usual, this channel is about building a life you actually respect. So go and build it.